case of the missing Aston Martin, the Chrome Paradox. The air in the London office of Sterling & Cross was thick with the scent of expensive cologne and cheap instant coffee. Arthur Sterling, a man who wore a three-piece suit like a suit of armor and had a memory like a high-speed hard drive, was currently trying to convince a stapler to work. His partner, Beatrix "BB" Cross, burst through the door. BB was the human equivalent of a double espresso, fast, sharp, and usually vibrating. She was a former high-stakes recovery agent who believed that patience was just a word people used when they were losing. "Arthur, put down the stationery. We've got a live one," BB shouted, tossing a folder onto his mahogany desk. Lord Harrington's 1964 Aston Martin DB5 is gone. Poof, vanished from a sealed vault. Arthur adjusted his spectacles. The Harrington DB5? That car isn't just a vehicle, BB. It's a national monument. It has ejector seats that actually work. Well, currently, it's a national mystery, BB grinned, and the reward is enough to buy us a small island, or at least a stapler that doesn't hate you. The vault was a masterpiece of engineering: 6-inch steel walls, biometric scanners, and enough laser trips to host a 90s rave. Yet, the pedestal was empty. "Look at the floor," Arthur noted, kneeling. He wasn't looking for footprints. He was looking for nothing. There's no dust. A car that hasn't moved in 10 years should leave a ghost of dust around its tires. This was moved recently, but the security logs say the door hasn't opened in 6 months. BB was busy sniffing the air. "Smell that? Ozone and damp earth in a climate-controlled basement in Mayfair?" She followed the scent to a corner of the vault. She tapped the wall. Hollow. Behind a fake structural pillar was a hole, not dug but melted. "It's a molecular displacement bore," Arthur whispered, horrified. "That's experimental tech. Only 3 people in the world have access to that. 2 are in prison, and the 3rd is currently hosting a gala in Monaco." "Pack your bags, Arthur," BB said, already heading for the door. "We're going to Monaco. I've got a contact with a private jet who owes me a favor because I helped him find his lost yacht before the insurance company did." Hours later, they were cruising at 30,000 feet. Arthur was buried in antique maritime maps, while BB was testing the limits of the onboard snack bar. "Why the maps, Artie? We're looking for a car, not a pirate's chest." "The man in Monaco is Julian Vane," Arthur explained. "He's obsessed with the Lost Path, an ancient trade route that supposedly connects the Mediterranean to a hidden valley in the Amazon. Legend says the path can only be navigated by a vehicle with a specific engine frequency. The DB5's straight-6 engine is unique." BB paused, a prawn cracker halfway to her mouth. "You're telling me someone stole a multi-million-dollar car to use as a literal key for a jungle door?" "Precisely." After a tense confrontation at Vane's villa, which involved BB accidentally knocking a waiter into a chocolate fountain to create a diversion, they realized Vane wasn't the thief. He was the victim. Someone had stolen his research and his molecular bore. The trail led them deep into the Amazon. No suits now. Arthur was in a sweat-stained safari jacket, looking miserable, while BB looked like she was born for the humidity, a tactical flashlight in one hand and a compass in the other. "If I get bitten by a snake, BB, I want you to know I've left my vintage fountain pen collection to the British Museum," Arthur panted. "Shh! Listen," BB hissed. From the thicket came a sound that didn't belong in a rainforest. It wasn't a bird or a monkey. It was the rhythmic, metallic tick-tick-tick of a cooling engine. They pushed through a wall of giant ferns and froze. There, sitting in a clearing of ancient stone ruins, was the Aston Martin. It was covered in vines and moss, but the silver birch paint still shimmered under the canopy. The driver's side door was hanging open. "We found it," BB whispered, stepping forward. "The case of the missing Aston Martin is closed." That was almost too easy. Arthur didn't move. He was staring at the dashboard. "BB, don't touch it." "Why? We're heroes. Let's jumpstart this beauty and get out of—" "Look at the odometer," Arthur said, his voice trembling. BB leaned in. The mileage read 0,000,000. "So? They reset it?" "No," Arthur pointed to the glove box. It had popped open. Inside wasn't a manual or a registration. It was a photograph. Bibi picked it up. It was a picture of Sterling and Cross, Arthur and Bibi, standing in front of their office. But in the background of the photo, parked at the curb, was this exact Aston Martin. The date stamp on the photo was April 11th, 2027. "Arthur," Bibi said, her wit finally failing her. "That's exactly 1 year from today." Suddenly, the car's radio flickered to life. A voice distorted by static, but unmistakably Arthur's own voice, came through the speakers. "If you're hearing this, you found the anchor. The car isn't the prize, it's the lifeboat. The jungle isn't a place, it's a point in time. Get in. Close the doors. The paradox is coming." The ground began to shake. The ancient ruins around them didn't crumble. They began to de-age, the moss vanishing and the stone turning into polished marble. Bibi looked at Arthur. Arthur looked at the car. "Well," Bibi said, a manic glint returning to her eyes as she grabbed the steering wheel. "I've always wanted to see if this thing could hit 88 miles per hour. "Wrong movie, Bibi," Arthur yelled, diving into the passenger seat. "Just drive." As Bibi slammed the car into gear, the jungle around them dissolved into a blinding white light. To be continued.